The sun rose to clean, to be innocent. Sea parks shimmered like a lie you wanted to believe, families laughing, salt, winds soft against the skin. Jessica Radcliffe was radiant, wetsuit gleaming, hair tied back like she owned the entire Pacific. Clipboard in hand, pretending to check the run sheet, but really just watching her breathe. Tali, our 6-ton killer whale, floated below the surface, a cathedral of power wrapped in black and white grace. The crowd chanted, counting down to the moment every tourist paid for. 3, 2, 1. Music detonated. Jessica raised her hand and Tali obeyed, cutting upward through the water like living artillery. Spray burst across the stands. Children shrieked in awe. For a heartbeat, everything worked. The rhythm of a perfect day. Then the water folded wrong. A thunderclap cracked the tank as Tali twisted off axis, smashing against the wall before rearing in a blur of rage. Jessica's headset shrieked with static. One scream tore through the speaker's raw, human, and she was gone. I ran before the echo faded. Training didn't watch someone you love vanish under 6 tons of instinct. The cold hit like concrete. I opened my eyes into chaos-white bubbles, red mist, shadow turning circles faster than logic. Something slammed my ribs. Then arms dragged me upward and light exploded. Every phone up, every face pale. Mothers pulling kids back. She's still down there. Someone yelled, "Do something." Security pinned me to the deck. The water smoothed again. Too calm, too polite.
Are you okay?
A seagull drifted overhead, screaming the sound none of us could make. I remember the smell, salt and iron, adrenaline and disbelief.
Are you responsible for
I remember
this incident?
thinking, it's not supposed to end like this. She was smiling a minute ago, but the ocean never signs contracts. It just
Trainer
takes what it
missing
wants
after
and
show
leaves silence
incident.
floating behind. They wrapped a towel around me
you were
like
here.
that could fix a missing person.
What did you see?
Reporters crashed the barrier within minutes. Was it part of the act? Who's to blame? Every question felt like
She
a
never
punch to a
lost
bruise I
control
hadn't
before,
found yet.
never.
My ears rang with sirens, static, crying. A medic pressed oxygen to my face. I pushed it away. "Open gate C," I said. "If she's still alive, that's where she surfaced." The diver beside me hesitated. "You think the Orca's still here?"
Deploying
"No,"
sonar 1.
I said. "I think she's gone." And then came the sound that made the air vibrate, rotor blades. Not the news choppers, a different beasts entirely. Beast busters. Their red rescue helicopter cut across the bay like a wound. Within seconds, the deck filled with uniforms, tactical gear, .com, precision. The commander stepped out, mirrored visor hiding whatever expression could survive mornings like this. "When you ride with us," divers sealing the tank gates, technicians wheeling out sonar rigs, cables snaking into the water. On the monitors, a ghostly tunnel formed concrete walls, drifting silt, and at the far end, a metal gate breathing with the current. "That's her exit," I said. "Maintenance gate, east side."
I
I
understand,
told them to
Commander.
replace the hinge.
When you
The
say-
commander nodded once. He clicked his mic,
went down
deploy
right here?
buoys. 2 ribs, 1 chopper. This doesn't leave the bay. I followed him aboard. The wind slapped salt into my mouth. Below us, Sea Park looked tiny, plastic, ashamed. I glanced back at the empty stage, the still pool where the applause had died. Someone down there was still holding a balloon. The commander handed me a headset. "You know her habits. Talk me through them."
It escaped.
2
It's
quick
gone to the
breaths,
sea.
1 long hold when she's scared. "You'll see the slick no dorsal." He nodded. "Then that's what we find." The chopper veered toward open blue. The city shrank behind us. Ahead waited the part of the ocean that never makes it onto postcards. The first ping hit like a heartbeat.
Here's what we know
Contact,
so far.
text shouted over the rotor noise. Below us, 2 rib boats split apart, engines howling, trailing nets glinting like spider silk. Tali's echo streaked across the sonar fast. Deep pulse, cutting through noise like a knife. "Heading southeast," I said. "She's running the rip current. Prepare the net." Compressed air hissed, glimmering under the sun. For a second, hope flared. Then the ocean rose. The line snapped, taut, metal singing, buoys jerked, sideways. Hold tension. She's rolling. Cable drop on port side. Voices overlapped in a storm of orders. Through the RAV feed, we saw her massive, furious eyes, gold in artificial light. She wasn't attacking. She was thinking. She was looking for the seam, I warned. "Re-rig the winchstone. Give her slack." The commander barked. The drum screamed as if alive. Pressure gauges hit red. On-screen Tali coiled and struck. The net ballooned, mesh stretching until each knot glowed like molten steel. Then blind she stopped. No, I whispered.
Whoa, did you see
She's
that
calculating. And she was.
She'll ride the rip
Tali
current.
twisted again.
Set the trap at the
Shoulder
channel mouth.
first, driving into the weak spot we hadn't reinforced. Fibers burst. A cloud of bubbles erupted, blinding the RAW camera.
Line secure.
She's out. Sunlight scattering into shards. Her dorsal fin sliced the air once, then vanished toward the horizon. For 20 seconds, no one spoke. Only the sound of wind and disbelief. Then everything hit at once, shouting, orders, data scrolling across screens faster than human eyes could catch. She's under the thermocline. Saw Jessica smile behind them and whispered, "She learned that from us." The commander stared out at the empty water. He said finally, "Pull the boats, save what's left of the line." The ocean leveled out, smooth and silver, pretending innocence again.
Do not overtension.
Somewhere under that mirror, a mind older than forgiveness was already disappearing into the dark. By the time we landed, daylight had gone gold, the color tragedy wears when it wants to look holy. The crews moved in silence, coiling ropes, shutting down engines. Reporters waited at the pier, cameras hungry for closure they'd never earn. I walked past them without speaking. The sea looked peaceful, like it had swallowed its own guilt. To demand it give her back. But the ocean doesn't negotiate. On the dock, I found Jessica's whistle dropped during the chaos, scratched, cold. I rubbed my thumb over the engraving until I couldn't feel the letters anymore. She once told me, I said aloud to no one, they don't attack without a reason.
Hold the line.
Maybe
We're
the
almost
sonar
there.
rigged for show felt like pain to her. Maybe we'd pushed too close, too long. Not the gift. The monitors played news loops, Beastbusters suspense search. Killer whale escapes, Sea Park. Anchor voices tried to sound sad, but still smiled at the ratings. The commander approached quietly. We'll run again at dawn. I'll be here, I said. I owe her that much. He nodded, then looked out toward the black line of horizon. The thing about the sea, he said, it never tells you where it hides what it takes. Night settled. The chopper's rotors turned lazy, idling like a heart that refused to stop. I sat on the edge of the pier, the whistle between my palms,
She is using the thermocline.
the sky burning down to embers. Somewhere beyond sight, something surfaced to one long, low blow that could have been a whale or the ocean exhaling its secrets. Concentric ripples rolled toward until they broke against the pilings at my feet. I didn't move. I just listened, hoping for a second sound that never came. At sunrise, the water looked new again, pretending nothing had ever happened. Boats rocked gently at anchor. The news vans were already gone. Sea Park's PR team issued statements about safety protocols and healing. None of them mentioned Jessica's laugh or the way she always waved to the last kid in line. I stayed. The commander asked me why. I said he didn't argue, or a half-charged coffee. Toward the place where Tali had broken the surface last time, somewhere beneath that mirror of light, she was moving, alive, free, maybe even afraid. But I can't let it end here, not with questions. Not with questions, not with silence dressed as peace. Tomorrow, we'll fly again. The sonar smarter. The world will give us a second chance to understand what went wrong. People call her a monster now. They replay the attack like it's proof that nature hates us. But I saw something different in her eyes right before she gave a flash of confusion, not rage, a message we were too proud to translate. If I ever see her again, I won't
She
shout,
once told me
I won't run nets. I'll just hold the
they
whistle
never
up to the
attack
wind
without a
and wait.
reason.
Because love doesn't always end in rescue. The tide shifted, pulling light across the dock. I lifted the whistle and blew. The sound carried out across the basin, fragile, human. Somewhere far out, the water moved. Just once, enough to let me know the world had heard. We'll chase her again tomorrow, not to capture, to understand, because some stories don't end, they echo. And if the ocean is still listening,
If you're out there,
then so am
Jessica,
I.
maybe she's still listening to you.
Please subscribe and comment your craziest theory below.